Yummy, yummy.
I mean, I love challenges, and I always say, what is the brilliance behind my mantra? So it's strength, love, and kindness that completes my world. And the question is not who's going to let me, but who's going to stop me, because that's who I am. And the challenge to me, if you say to me, you can't do that or you won't be able to, I'll show you I can. And I love a challenge. And it, as an athlete, I was always challenging myself to do better, go further, go higher. And now as someone as Fatima's UK campaign, part of what I do is to create an awareness and to also get very needed sustainable funds to be able to put our young people through what our programs called the Power Sport and Arts and Technology programs. Not all kids like sport, but some of them like art, like singing, like being actors, and some like technology. And in order to do that, we need to have funds to come in to put those children through those programs. And what that does is keep them in a safe haven. It teaches them life skills. It prepares them and connects them to their community, and the only way we can continue to do that is to raise awareness, raise funds, and that's why I do the challenges that I do.
With regards to I'm a Celebrity, how did you deal with the lack of food?
Well, that's again amazing sense of discipline. And the hardest thing is when you're in the jungle in I'm a Celeb is not the critters. It's living in extreme conditions with 12 other so-called celebrities, all right? Well, I use the word loosely, celebrities. I don't like the word.
No.
We're all human beings. We're all spiritual beings living in a human carcass, all right? So for me, it's all about taking away the best of that experience and where you can change pain into positivity. And living against people that have in extreme conditions are finding it hard. We're not being in touch with loved ones, feeling tired because they're not sleeping, in the jungle, and having activities, eating fish eyes and anus or whatever it is.
Camel balls and things,
yes. and that's when you realise who you really are. And that's when you see other people at their best and worst, and being able to deal with that.
I mean, you also, you did it again with Celebrity SAS. I know you don't like the word celebrity, but, Celebrity SAS, Who Dares Wins. I mean, that is sort of, for me, the ultimate challenge. You broke 3 ribs after jumping out of a plane.
Second day. Yeah. And I stayed virtually to the end. It's amazing, really.
You're like an Iron Man.
Yeah.
An Iron Woman.
Iron Men challenges and triathlons. The thing about me is that I'm very resilient. I'm a strong, steely young lady. And I mean, I look at the wider picture. I'd only just gone in and I didn't want to step out. So, okay, suck it up and get on with it, because that's really what SAS is all about. And that's really who I am as well as an athlete. Sponge to water. If you throw a sponge in, it sucks up the water, and that's how I looked at these challenges. Really, jumping into with your backpack into like 50 feet, and also falling backwards. That was another good challenge. Falling in backwards just 50 feet up in the air into deep, dark ocean. You didn't know if you were up or down, and you couldn't see a thing. It was pitch black. So you didn't know if you were swimming further down or you were swimming sideways or you were going up. You couldn't see. It was night time. You couldn't see the light. So it was a scary moment for a period of time, but that transforms your way of, your inner strength. And, you realize your limitations or your strengths. You get to know who you are, and that you can't buy. That experience is something, is you can't buy it.
You talk a lot about sort of loving a challenge, pushing yourself.
Yeah, I do.
But I guess what I'm now interested in asking is, has there been a point where you've actually reached your limit?
No, I mean 60 is quite a landmark. I think you're three-quarters of the way through your life. Most people would say, "Well, you need to be sat on a sofa with your feet up, watching the TV, eating junk food." No, that's not me.
No, darling.
I'm afraid
No.
not. And I would say to anybody that's listening, get off your backside and get out there, because living life to the full is really what it's about this age. And sucking up all those experiences, it keeps you young.
Totally.
I absolutely love what I do, and going across the Arctic will be another first for me. And yeah, I'm a bit scared, but at the same time, I'm not going to let fear hold me back.
But that's part of it as well, feeling a bit scared. Isn't that part of the drive and
Yeah,
the,
that's it. Yes, it's the adrenaline infuse,
Totally,
the
completely.
junkie.
What's your relationship with food like now?
Food's really important to me now, because I've realised as I've got older, you are what you eat.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter how much you train in the gym, if you're eating what you put in there that counts. And our bodies are amazing. They're a chemist,
Yeah.
its own chemist. And if you're eating junk food all the time, you're really knocking out your own immune system. You're not really getting the best of what your body can offer. So it's all about, looking at what you eat in terms of what is the right kind of foods that's going to serve you well. And that's where I'm at the moment with my diet. I love to intermittent fast.
Okay.
So I mainly don't eat from 8 o'clock the night before until about 12, 1 o'clock
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Is that every day?
Every day. And then I've also done water fasts. I love to do a water fast. When I was younger, when I stopped competing, I used to do a week-long water fast. Now, there can be, you need to be careful when you do this. Don't take my advice
Of course,
on
yeah.
this. I'm not a doctor, but I listen to my own body, and I would train as well. And that I found quite hard to do, but it reboots your immune system. It brings you back to base.
Wow.
So now I don't do it for a week. I do it for 3 days at a time, and I'll do it maybe once every few months, 3 months.
And then what about cooking at home? What are your specialities?
Love cooking. My go-to food is cottage pie, and also fish pie. When I was first adopted with my mum didn't like to cook, but I learned quickly how to cook, and it was the best time for the family to be gathered round, talk about their day, and
So important.
and it's so important, yeah, and comfort foods as well, because when I'm training 3 times a day,
Yeah.
I always used to like that comfort food of fish pie, cottage pie. And then on the weekends, the family gathering of a roast dinner
Yeah.
is always a nice one.
Hungry for more? Hit subscribe.